right. So once again, I'm live coming in. Rainy day in Virginia. A lot of things going on. Getting right to it today. A lot going on. So this happened at the game the other day. A lot of people watching football game, watching Sunday football, and this what happened. So this was it. Like I said, this was at the Baltimore Ravens game the other day. Man, it was a chain gang, and then he falls down and flops out. Mm. Can't find that one. Can't find that one right here. But I'll just go back to that one.
Wix gives you the power of AI to build Build the website you need. With full business.
So that's pretty interesting. The guy just falls and collapses on the sideline like that. Right. Very interesting. When people usually don't see when people just fall on the sideline. So that's a very interesting topic right there. But it goes to show you how far they'll take it. How far things can go and will go. So now they coming to Diddy, yeah.
Breaking news now. The indictment against Sean Diddy Combs has just been unsealed. Combs is being charged with racketeering conspiracy, alleging he ran an enterprise that he engaged in sex trafficking, forced labor, or kidnapping, arson, and other crimes. He's also charged with sex trafficking by force. I want to bring in ABC's Phil Lipoff, ABC News contributor and Sirius XM radio host Mike Muse, and ABC News legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer for more. Phil, give us the details on this indictment.
So we're just looking through it right now. You hit the highlights, but right off the bat, they go through all of his the names that they have to do that in indictment. They have to name all the names he's done by, and then they talk about he relied on his employees and resources to influence the multifaceted business and what he would do. They allege that there were, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping. They allege arson, bribery, obstruction of justice. They go on to talk about how he would abuse women, and they talk about kicking and punching and dragging and forcing them to have. They talked about highly coordinated sexual acts with male prostitutes. I mean, this is extensive. This seems to be everything that we have heard about in allegations. I haven't been through the entire thing yet. We're all looking through it, but so far, what I can tell just in the first couple of pages is most of the things they are alleging in this indictment we have heard about.
And Phil, I'm going to give you a chance to go through. I know I put you on the spot there, literally as we got that indictment now. Brian, walk me through legally. We've heard, did he deny these charges, these accusations really throughout? Now they're officially charges. His attorney also before the indictment said that he's an imperfect person, but that he's not a criminal, again denying this. So what do you make of the fact that we're now seeing in black and white what the government is trying to charge him with?
Yes, and it's a lot more interesting as to how to dissect this case. We have three charges. We have a racketeering charge, or what we also hear as RICO, the second count being, as Phil articulated what we all thought might be there: the sex trafficking through force, fraud, or coercion, and then, of course, the transportation of prostitution. Now, those are the first initial charges. That could be more coming down the line, depending on how this investigation goes. But that's what we know so far. When it comes to these charges, we're looking at life in prison as a maximum for at least the second count and potentially the first as well. But also when it comes to RICO, how they're describing this enterprise as its way of promoting, enhancing, and protecting the brand, and that sex and sex trafficking was a part of it. We're going to see all the ugly and gruesome parts of bad boy entertainment that surround this alleged abuse in a way that I don't think many of us are prepared for.
Ryan, can you talk about the degree to these charges? Because any kind of sexual abuse or sexual assault is bad enough, but it sounds like what they're describing is something that was really premeditated and coordinated.
Yeah, so when you're talking about RICO, you're talking about a criminal enterprise, and criminal enterprise can be anything. Oftentimes we associate RICO with like the mafia or things of that nature, money and violence. This seems to be more in line to, if you want to draw a comparison, to that of R. Kelly, where there was an organization within the music industry that kind of was part and parcel. They interacted with each other in a way that you couldn't see where the music started and the alleged abuse ended. It's almost the trafficking and transporting of women for the pleasure, for increasing the brand, for potentially even, hey, we want to get a new artist. You know what, we're going to traffic this girl that he might be interested in a way of attracting and keeping this artist in a way to grow the brand and make money off of it. They are alleging that it is so intertwined that it's almost business as usual to do this trafficking and transporting. And at least that's what I'm reading from the initial allegations in this indictment.
We think of Diddy, we think of the music, but his influence goes far beyond that. How significant is it to have charges of this magnitude against someone who is this powerful?
It's huge. And just kind of give context of what Phil and Brian is talking about. Diane is in the conversation that we were just having a few moments ago. What I'm looking at from this unsealed indictment, of course, we need to learn a little bit more, is it seems like Cassie was such a big part of this indictment. A lot of these indictments comes from the lawsuit and allegations that Cassie was actually discussing. In particular, you think about arson. I know people are probably wondering, where's the arson coming from? In Cassie's lawsuit, she alleged that Diddy threatened to blow up a current rapper Kid Cudi's car, to which Kid Cudi's car did blow up in an explosion, to which Kid Cudi then gave a statement and said that he can confirm that actually happened. I'm thinking that's where the reference of the arson comes from. I'm also thinking about the male prostitutes. Cassie alleges that during that time, Diddy would force her to look on the internet to solicit male prostitutes in order to engage in sexual activities. I'm assuming that is where the male prostitute dynamic is coming from. In terms of kidnapping, Cassie also has alleged in her lawsuit the forceful nature to which Sean Combs would remove her from events, from social settings, from gatherings, and keep her in housing in order to perform these activities. When it comes to the idea that enterprise, to kind of translate that to what Brian Buckmeyer just said so eloquently, culturally, what Diddy was a kind of person where if you were in the music industry, you wanted to be around. If you were trying to make your mark as an A&R executive, if you were trying to make your mark in the marketing, if you were trying to make your mark in order to hang out with him, to go to his home in the white parties in the Hamptons, that's how much of a pull Diddy had. I cannot underscore how Diddy had this concept and this idea of the Midas touch. And Diane, being a part of the music industry, being around Diddy, being around those events, being at his home in the Hamptons, being at his home in Miami, I kept first-hand accounts, not of these allegations, I didn't see any of that, but how desperate people were to be in his orbit. I can't underscore that enough. You think about the 40th birthday party that he had. I went to a Cipriani's. I mean, people, you had Mariah Carey. You had, I remember the royal family was invited. I can't remember if they attended or not, right? But you had those type of individuals wanting to be there, coming. You think about Diddy runs the city with marathon. This is a type of influence and pull that he had. And so when I think about the racketeering and the enterprise dynamic, it's just about people who wanted to be near him and who was willing to do anything for Diddy to give them affirmation and recognition.
And Phil, as you're going through that indictment, what is that anything? What sticks out to you?
Well, I mean, Mike laid it out. just want to touch on one thing that you didn't, and this is the violence toward women. In this one section, it says, on multiple occasions from 2009 on, Combs assaulted women, among other things, striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects, and kicking them. These assaults at times were witnessed, and then they go into the 2016 video that we saw of Cassie. So you're right, a lot of this stems from Cassie's allegations, but you see, I mean, they've got it laid out there.
And Phil, to what you just mentioned too, in terms of the physical violence, not only is Cassie part of this, but also to the recent lawsuit that we saw from former Danny Kane group member Dawn Richard.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn Richard also says she witnessed these violent acts too as well.
All right, Phil, Mike, Brian, thank you.
Dad bods deserve better teas.
I found this brand called True Classic. It's your one-stop shop.
Yeah, that's very crazy right there.
We're following a number of developments on Capitol Hill today. The House is
So, talking about a possible government shutdown here. In the next couple of days, could be a government shutdown. Who knows? I have to see. A lot of things going on down the pike here. I really don't know what it is. A lot of people just don't know what it is. So here we go.
is back in session with an effort to pass a government funding bill topping their agenda. Both chambers of Congress have until October 1st to pass a bill or a continuing resolution to avert a government shutdown. Congress is considering the White House's request for additional Secret Service funding. Democratic leaders held a news conference ahead of a Senate vote on legislation aimed at protecting nationwide access to IVF treatments. The legislation was blocked by Senate Republicans 3 months ago. He spoke about the bipartisan importance of this measure for all families.
The very essence of IVF is work to date. Republicans say they're pro-family. Well, there's nothing more pro-family than IVF. Our bill makes IVF a right for all. It would make insurance companies cover IVF, making it more accessible for millions more Americans to spend their families. And expanding insurance coverage for IVF is not a partisan issue.
News congressional correspondent Scott McFarland is following this for us. Scott, let's start with this IVF legislation. What are its chances of passing in Congress? What has the Republican opposition been to it? Why are Democrats? What are Democrats hoping to accomplish here?
Unequivocally, the chances are zero that this Democratic bill becomes law. It's going to be some type of vote or move toward a vote today, and Republicans are going to block it. We know this because Republicans have said as much. What's more, Democrats tried this same bill a few weeks ago, and it was blocked then. The bill, among other things, would call for more insurance coverage for IVF treatments and would codify in federal law protections for IVF, preventing any state from limiting or restricting IVF. Republicans say that's an overreach. They say they have a better plan, which would, instead of codifying it into law, would take back federal Medicaid money if a state restricted IVF. Also would, instead of expanding insurance coverage so much, would let people use their flexible spending accounts for reimbursements. Neither plan is going to go with the other side. So a lot of this is political messaging in the home stretch of an election where Democrats believe they're on winning turf when they're talking about IVF and women's reproductive rights this close to the election.
Well, we're going to hit a number of topics with you. We're 2 weeks away from this potential government shutdown if a spending bill isn't passed. What are the latest sticking points, and will a deal be reached?
Our latest CBS News reporting from
What's that, man?
multiple congressional sources and just a few minutes ago from the House Speaker is that there will be a vote tomorrow.
Latest news from Capitol Hill. Democrats move on IVF. Republicans working on government shutdown.
And why the audio sped up like that? Is that the?
I don't know. I haven't done into it.
That's weird.
Yeah, but the Democrats say they want IVF for families. They say,
But hold on, I thought this woman saying that they. I thought they said these were. Hold on. I thought they were saying that they didn't want men to be over their reproductive rights.
you got a point.
Ain't that what they said? Huh?
You're right.
But they cool with the Democrats, which is 99% male. Somebody lying. Because no, that should be an individual choice. That shouldn't be nothing that y'all make a codifying law for somebody about this stuff, man. If that's what you want to do with your body, you should be able to make that choice well within the state that you reside in. Whether that state, whatever laws that state have or not. See, this is the problem with Trump and with other people trying to say this. Y'all want the federal government to have too much overreach, man. No. You deal with that with the state and your primary care provider.
You're right.
But pretty much they trying to get the shit paid on the federal level, IVF and stuff like that. Because if they get that codified and stuff, then you know what's next, right?
What's next?
The gender reassignment surgery stuff. Because they've been trying to push to get that paid on the federal level. Gender reassignment.
That's right. Sure are.
Mm-hmm. That's all the trick is set up, man. I want to get people to pay.
Yeah, you're right. It is kind of set up, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a setup, man. Because if they're gonna open that precedent up, then they gotta open that precedent up to the holistic doctors then. Meaning my insurance should cover the holistic then. If I want to go to a holistic homeopath doctor. Like if I want to do like what's that stuff with the needle stuff? Acupuncture. Somebody, huh?
You're right.
So your insurance is your state and federal insurances don't cover that. That's something you got to pay out of pocket. If you want to do any therapeutics like that. So what we saying?
Let me show you something that happened the other day. You're right about that. I gotta show you this. Tell me what you think about this when you see it. Hold tight. This happened on Sunday. You see that?
What is it?
This is the Baltimore Ravens sideline. Look, now watch what happened. I want you to see this. Tell me what you think. Watch this. See the guy right there with the chain? Oh, let me blow it up there. You can laugh in the field. They 10 minutes of CPR. See? 10 minutes of CPR.
Yeah.
He collapsed on the field, and then they got him out of there, and then they said, "Let the band go on, baby."
Wow.
And it happened again later that same night in the Texans game. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't normally see that frequently. But hey.
Yeah. I mean, you don't. I just thought it was very weird, but then again, I said, hey, Frank, what's up, man?
Yo.
Yeah, Frank, what's up?
This fucking volume is burned.
Hey, look, this
what
what
up? Can y'all hear me?
I want you to see this, Frank.
Volume is fucking. What's going on? Salute, man. What up, man? I just got in.
What up?
Had to handle my little business and shit.
Just showing you this thing that happened again. Yeah, Frank. See that, Frank?
I seen it. Jabbed, probably some jabbed individuals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. He had it. But they look. They after that they kept on playing the game.
Why would you keep playing the game, though, right?
Hey, man. The show must go on, brother.
Exactly.
Wait a minute. Wrong one. Now, this is very interesting. I'm going to show you something else. I don't know if they can find it. Oh, here it is. Lakers have signed Chris Coloco. Now, he played at Arizona.
Jody J asks, about to add the 88 device to our network. Can our internet keep up? It can't. Jody.
What's going on, everyone? So Los Angeles Lakers waived Blake Henson in order to sign Christian Coloco to a two-way deal. A lot of people are not happy about this, myself included. I mean, I'm not like super bothered by it, but personally, I would have rather seen them waive Colin Castleton. I think Carmel Traore has the best potential because of the size, versatility, and he's shown the ability to do. We've seen the little versatility and spark that's he's going to be as good as OG, but just and Malik Beasley forgot how to play game for the Warriors.
Well, I'm just showing you this because this guy right here, the Lakers signed him My bad. I was showing that guy. That guy played for the Lakers. Well, he's on the Lakers. They just signed him, but that guy had blood clots a year ago. And I realized they signed a lot of guys with blood clots and stuff like that. They put them out for a while and they said they can come back. Kind of dangerous when you really think about it. But that's the way they're going with it now. The shit, Shaq, the show must go on, brother. Can you hear me? Frank, you hear me?
Yeah, man. So, see, the thing is, man, this foods, this, you know, the atmosphere, all the shit around us, and you know what I'm saying? All that shit contributes to this shit, man. Taking these shots and these experimental drugs, all this shit. Come on, dude. What do people expect is gonna happen? You know what I'm saying?
All right, here go your boy, man.
Oh, damn, dude. Is it playing? It's not playing. What happened? I was like thinking. I think.
Oh shoot. Oh.
There for several weeks. A person with knowledge of the investigation told NBC News the arrest was based on a sealed indictment brought by the Southern District of New York. The contents of the indictment won't be known until later today, but Combs is facing a wave of lawsuits accusing him of sexual assault and misconduct. In March, federal investigators searched his homes in Miami and Los Angeles. Combs' attorney expressed disappointment with the arrest, saying his client had been cooperating with the investigation, adding, "He is an imperfect person, but he is not a criminal."
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news.
So as of the day, Diddy has been held without bail and so forth and so on.
How do you held without bail for some? So what about all these other people that have been held? So I'm confused, bro. There's all types of people that do worse stuff than that get bail. That's interesting. Then these cops that be shooting these motherfuckers, some of these motherfuckers sometimes they be getting bail. How does that work? I ain't defending Puffy or nothing like that, but I don't know. Is it because it's a federal thing, or you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm trying to find out why they coming back after him after all this time. I mean, shoot,
all this time. That's what I was saying last night on my show. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Or was it last night or the other night before that?
It was last night.
It was last night. I'm tripping. Yeah, I mean, seriously though, it's a good point, BJ.
Yeah. I mean, you know. All right. What's this guy name? Okay, here we go.
The Band of Shadow gun magnet is freaking awesome. It not only carries an additional magazine, but it's going to work with almost any firearm to let you carry.
Driver! Take 2 steps to your right! Take 2 steps to your right! Driver! Straight back! Keep walking! Take 2 steps to your right! Take 2 steps to your right!
All right, so this is the guy they say, I guess, was going after Donald Trump or something, right?
Come on, man. Do you want me to say, man? Do you really want me to go?
No, you don't have to say anything right quick because remember I called you Sunday and I already told you the final score of the game was 40-19 with 63. They had already told you that Trump, there was going to be another assassination on Trump in the next 30 days. They told you that, right? They'd already told you that. And they happened to be the Dallas Cowboys and the Saints, right? Before I even watched the Zach Hubbard video, I already said, damn, that's mighty interesting. Right? And I said, that's a massacre that happened in Dallas Day with the Saints beating the Cowboys 44-19. So then I looked at the time when they say Trump, this thing with Trump happened around 1:30. I said, well, that's 1-3 right there again. So, I mean, I already said this all, you already know the game. Stage show.
Never lied.
So I had already looked into it I had already looked at it. I first heard about it. I said, just some things adding up here. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it really ain't.
And then why he ain't shooting dead?
That's what I was, and they said that's what I'm saying. They talking about if you work for the Secret Service, military, anything like that, or even the police, when you shoot, bro, 90% of the times you're gonna hit the target, bro. Am I right or wrong? And then you shoot center mass. How far was the motherfucker? They talk about, see, this don't make no sense. What I said last night. How was he that far to where he couldn't see Trump in vision range? But then the motherfucker that shot, why would the what's the name shoot at him then? If he wasn't in vision range, why would
another thing? Donald Trump golf schedule was not posted, so how did that guy know to be there?
That's what I was saying the whole time. How the fuck did he know, bro? How would he know he was there at that time, man? This dude was in Ukraine. He was in all types of countries and shit, trying to recruit people to fight for Ukraine and shit. Who is this person, bro? He said, I played on my video. Dan Calloway broke it down too. This dude's an agent, bro. He posed with one of Biden's administrators, bro. Like, come on, dude. How do you know these people? Who are you to be posing with these people and taking pictures with these people?
Come on, man. You know these goddamn sites. Then they say he was in a BlackRock commercial too. I'm like, come on, man.
I seen it. He was in the black. I think. See, this is the thing. This might just be a false flag, bro. Straight up. This might have just all this stage. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, you don't know his schedule. How did you know he was there that day, that time? And they talk about, the golf course is always fenced up. So you mean to tell me this motherfucker wants to build a wall around the country, but don't want to build a wall around his fucking golf course? You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Like, I think we hear stuff and we get into our emotions really fast and oh shit, we make, if this certain shit makes us feel a certain kind of way.
Well, kind of like Zach Hubbard broke it down, man. This got side written all over it, man.
Big time.
I mean, like I said,
even the puppy thing.
Like I said, 1-3. So I said that's 1:30. I said, okay. Then you look at the game, 1963, assassination, Kennedy. I can't remember the Kennedy get shot on Sunday. I think it was on Sunday. But I know one thing. That New Orleans Saints and Kansas City Chiefs game gonna be on October 7th.
October 7th is the anniversary of the attack.
When the Saints come marching in, goddamn it.
Ooh, bro.
I just look at the game. Hey man, they playing more games than you right now in Little
More James and Parker brothers, brother.
Yeah, they really running the game on us, man.
No, BJ, you right. You are right. Let's say, this shit is grimy, BJ.
You're right. It is grimy.
But see, and the thing is, it's not just fucked up here. It's fucked up all over the world, bro. This is all that lets you know all these people are working together, man. And then see, that's how you know they're working together, because it's fucked up over here in Ukraine, supposedly, right? Supposedly, and in Israel, and then we're coming to their aid, right? That lets you know that shit is staged right there. You know what I'm saying? So, we go to the foreign problems all the time, right? And then our government gets into it. That lets you know it's all these people work together. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And look at how they arrested him, bro. Look at it. So why was there no There was just sheriffs, and then there was no Secret Service. That was interesting. But they just stayed behind the Secret Service.
Yeah, that is interesting.
And the sheriff just took over the investigation, right? And then how they were saying, "Oh, somebody seen the guy running this," but how would you even know? That was the, what? And they was like, "Oh, they seen him, and they got a picture of his truck and his license plate." Huh? So how did you even know there was an incident going on? Is it because you heard shots fired? How would you even know there was an incident going on at Donald Trump's name? How would you even know that? Did they hear the so-called shots and it was like, oh, there was gunshots, and then you see somebody running supposedly? I don't get it. And they found that motherfucker fast. How did you find him so quick, dude? You mean to tell me he didn't have access to no highway or expressway, no freeway?
You right.
They said he was on the fucking freeway, low key. Come on, dude. How did they find him so quick? Just because you get a description of somebody's a picture of somebody's car don't mean that you're gonna find him. Am I right or wrong?
You're right. Police. Let me play something. A whole police force has resigned in Tennessee. Pay attention.
Alexandria, Tennessee, the local mayor is looking to hire an entirely new police department after the chief of police and the only 2 other officers on the force quit within a 2-week window, less than 1 month after she took office. Joining us now, Mayor of Alexandria, Tennessee, Mayor Beth Tripp. Mayor, welcome.
Hello, it's nice to meet you.
And nice to meet you as well. So this whole ordeal has gone viral. I want to start at the beginning. Walk us through what led to your police department of 4 stepping down.
On August the 16th, I'd seen and heard all the complaints from the parents. We had no patrol going that morning, and there were several parents that their kids almost got hit, and someone was speeding. So I asked the cops, I asked my chief to at least patrol during the morning times and during the evening, or once at night. And that evening, well, that night, after 10 o'clock, I got 2 resignations. The chief showed up at my house, and he had his resignation and another resignation, and handed me both of them without any reason, and wished me well.
He didn't tell you why he was handing it to you, because it seems like a fair request to patrol an area where kids are going to school or their kids in.
Yes, ma'am.
The former Alexandria officers, they do accuse you of micromanaging. How would you describe your working relationship with them? And again, I want to mention to our viewers, you were only in office for a month before this happened.
That's correct. So I was as transparent as I could, as nice as I could be. Even before I got elected, at the fair, they had told me that all of them was looking, Travis Bryant told me that all of them was looking for other jobs. So I knew it was coming, I just didn't know when. So I'm not really sure about the micromanaging, because by my charter, I have to tell people what to do. And, you know, I didn't think that asking to patrol was very much to ask for.
Yesterday, the city of Alexandria's former police chief spoke with the News Nation. Essentially, he did blame you for everything. Let's take a listen.
She would just come to us making accusations against officers that, without formal complaints. She wanted access to our police department. Stuff that she wasn't entitled to, and that there's sensitive information and security. And when we realized the ultimate straw, the final thing that happened, is she went to an outside agency without letting me know. We tried to get our duties reassigned to another agency. We had to assume, with everything that was going on, that she was going to disband the police department, what we believed was going to happen.
Mayor, how do you respond?
That is not true. I worked with them since day one, and I was extremely nice. I even let Travis Bryant off when he needed off, and I told him just take care of himself. And then there was another one as well that was sick, and I told him, I said, I'll be praying for you. Just take care of yourself so you can take care of the residents and come back when you feel better. So, you know, I wasn't trying to hand anything over to DeKalb County, to the sheriff's department. All I was trying to do was make sure we had coverage. So when they was out, I did ask Patrick Ray, which is our sheriff over DeKalb County. I asked him to attend meetings, or if he could send anyone to protect me or anyone or my alderman. But I didn't think that was anything bad. That wasn't handing their things over, responsibilities over to DeKalb County. That was just making sure I had coverage.
Mayor, we've been showing our viewers body cam video. Can you explain to me what that is?
Body cam is when an officer.
No, I understand, but the video is of apparently of them tracking you. Is that correct? This video right here that we're watching?
Yes, that's the day that I had to suspend that lady right there because she was impeding on the investigation. She was insubordinate. She wouldn't let me have the keys to the offices. She said I wasn't even allowed in the office. I wasn't allowed to see paperwork. And, it's my job to do the investigations or to look into things, or, she was impeding on that. So, and she was rude to me since day one.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yep.
What do you think about it, man?
What the fuck? There's no detail. What happened? Oh, all of a sudden he just comes and they just hand me resignations. How does that work? What the fuck happened? See, a lot of times, not trying to be funny, then when a lot of times when women explain something, and just people, period, there's more than there's more than to that story, man, than what they explain, bro. Straight up. You know what I'm saying?
Now look at this. There's another crazy story.
We begin with a follow-up on a story we first brought to you last week after witnesses say they saw a woman throw her 1-year-old child out of a moving car. Today, that mother appeared before a judge.
Yeah, we're also learning what police say happened in the car before the young girl was picked up by a Good Samaritan. NBC6's Lena Salzbank has the new details from court.
It's really just heartbreaking. The more details we learn about this case, that woman was arrested on Friday in Miramar and then extradited back here to Miami-Dade. She faces charges of child abuse and child neglect. Today, Chelsea Mills stood before a judge Wednesday, just 5 days after law enforcement issued a be on the lookout for the 29-year-old and her 1-year-old child.
Charging you with 2 counts of child abuse, one count of child abuse, no great bodily harm, and 1 count of child neglect. No.
The Florida Missing Child Alert was issued after witnesses say they saw Mills toss a 1-year-old out of a moving car on Northwest 37th Avenue and Northwest 54th Street in Hialeah last Thursday.
Child had gravel on her face and I think on her head.
According to the arrest warrant, a witness who was in the passenger seat at the time of the incident told detectives this all happened after the baby spilled shampoo in the back seat of the car.
So she pushed the victim out of the car because she spilled shampoo in the car. And that's after hitting her.
The report says when the baby cried, Mills got angry, opened the door, and pushed her out.
Hey, are you? Come here. Oh my God.
As witnesses rushed to help the child, moments later, 2 cars pulled up and surveillance video shows Mills returning to the scene, violently taking the child back from the woman who was trying to help.
Oh my God. I need to go.
Detectives say they tried to get Mills to return to the scene and get the child medical attention, but she failed to do so. The judge did give Mills bond, and she will be allowed to get out of jail. However, she is ordered to stay away.
Why did she get bail? Pause it for a second. So how come Puffy don't get bail and she do? Why does she get bail?
Hold on, man. She
Why does she get bail, bro?
She threw a baby out the car and got bail. Come on.
And got bail, bro. You see, it's funny how you just brought this up, because wasn't I just talking about certain circumstances to where people don't get bail for crazy shit? I was just talking about that, right? And look what happened. Look what you just showed me. Bro, these women, I'm sorry, man. For one, what's up with all these women doing this weird ass shit?
And that is kind of crazy.
What's up with that? What the fuck is up with that? What's up with that? I just seen a female man, bro. I just seen a female going into a McDonald's, bro, and pepper spray kids, bro, because she said her daughter was getting bullied. That's not the way you go about doing that shit, nigga. Go talk to one of the motherfucking moms, dumb bitch. In the 90s, you didn't used to do shit like that. In the 90s, you do shit like that to somebody's kid, bro. You could either somebody fuck around and kill you doing some shit like that to their kid. Now it's just this is the weird generation, bro. Weird generation, weird motherfuckers, weird generation. Soft, just it's just not intense like how it used to be. But see, no, I think it was more about respect before. There's so much disrespect. That's the culture we in right now. You see what I'm saying? So much disrespect, bro. You know what I'm saying? How do you go into a McDonald's? Look, okay, the little bitches was bullying her daughter. Okay, cool. Why didn't you go to the school and report that shit? Why didn't you? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't you go to the parents back in the day? Back in the day, you had to go to somebody's house. I mean, you had to go talk to somebody's parents, dude. If it really was that bad, let me go talk to their parents. And then y'all both come into agreement. Boom. Y'all both fucking mature. Yeah, I know these kids are fucking assholes. Yeah, I know. Boom. Y'all leave. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, it's weird, bro. It's like, I can see, and then, like, motherfuckers do shit to where when the government steps in, well, then don't say nothing when the government step in. Look how you raising your fucking kid. You raising your kid like a fucking asshole. Does that make sense? Oh, the government just know them. Well, nigga, shit, I see why in certain cases. This is all state. This is all set up.
Now check this out. Here go another side right here. Now watch this. This is crazy right here.
To News 5 asking us to look into whether Sheriff Bruce Zukowski's comments could be considered voter intimidation. Thank you for being here with us. I'm Katie Houston.
And I'm David Maloney, News 5's Columbus Bureau reporter. Morgan Trow went to Portage County today to sort things out.
There's controversy in Portage County as residents say they're now afraid to put up yard signs, all because of a Facebook post from law enforcement.
Why would I want to put something in my yard to be targeted for?
Portage County voter David Lindvay says he won't be putting up his Kamala Harris for president sign anymore. Neither is Sheila Longmire.
Saying that he wanted to know the address of everybody that's supporting her, that's crazy. That's scary.
They both say that their county sheriff is trying to intimidate them. On September 14th, Portage County Sheriff Bruce Zukowski posted on both his personal and professional Facebook pages, saying, when people ask me what's going to happen if the flip-flopping laughing hyena wins, I say write down all the addresses of the people who had signs in their yards.
I could be able to vote for who I want to vote for without my safety being violated.
Zukowski, a Republican running for re-election, continued in his viral post. So when the illegal human locust, which she supports, need places to live, we already have the addresses of their new families who supported their arrival.
Do I have to be in fear of my life? That's I'm not talking with you guys. Or what? I mean, it's kind of crazy because I'm a different color.
We reached out to Zukowski and the sheriff's office, but didn't hear back. The county GOP chairperson Amanda Suffolk sat down with us to defend his perspective.
If it had been just boring, no one would be talking about this. So this puts it front and center. Is illegal immigration illegal? And do people within the county, within the state care about it? And indeed they do.
We asked her specifically about his remarks on the BP and immigrants.
He called her a laughing hyena. So there's no racist statement in that. Of course he did. I mean, we've always had caricatures in politics.
Still, she says this wasn't voter intimidation, just a way to start a conversation.
Is this something that you should be fearful of? And no. He took artistic license, got some attention.
Local officials on each side of the aisle are upset about this and Suffolk's response. According to Tony Badalamenti, a Republican county commissioner, there is nothing they can do to hold Zukowski accountable for spreading fear throughout the county.
No commissioner has any authority over any other elected official in the county.
However, he told us he's making a personal decision. He has resigned from his role on the GOP Central Committee, a position he worked at with Zukowski.
When somebody says something that was just said on Facebook for everybody to be proud to see, that's very disturbing to the people in Portage County. This was the last straw that I just decided that I would walk away.
Now, both Badalamenti and Lindvay are going to vote for the Democrat running against Zukowski, John Barber.
Yeah, I'm not going to vote for somebody violates my privacy.
In Kent, I'm Morgan Trout reporting.
Kind of interesting, Frank. What do you think, man?
Man.
Yeah, they
It's more clown show shit, man. Telling you.
Here go the clown show. Amazon back at it, baby.
Amazon is bringing an end to working from home at the e-commerce giant, telling employees they will be required to return to the office 5 days a week starting next year. In a letter posted to the company's website on Monday, Amazon CEO Andy Jassy wrote, quote, "Before the pandemic, it was not a given that folks could work remotely 2 days a week, and that will also be true moving forward. Our expectation is that people will be in the office outside of extenuating circumstances. Companies have been allowing many employees to work from home since the pandemic, leaving downtown offices nearly empty in a number of cities. Amazon has taken a tough stance on moving rivals. Some employees were completely out of compliance with the existing 3-day mandate were told they were voluntarily resigning and were locked out of Amazon systems. In May of last year, workers at Amazon Seattle headquarters staged the walkout, protesting a return to office mandate as well as changes to the company's climate policy and layoffs. According to an employee Q&A shared with Reuters, Amazon is also eliminating a prior program that allowed workers to work from anywhere for 4 months.
So they're going back in the office now, Frank.
Motherfuckers mandate. I'm telling you. That was name look like honestly, they said Amazon. I think Amazon, like even some months ago, they had to close down a couple of what's the name? No, they had to close down a couple. They had to close down a couple of warehouses and shit. Remember that shit? This, you know what? This is. I'm think I'm gonna call this shit depression, man. I think this is a depression, bro. Straight up, this is not. This is bad.
Sure.
Print
business cards. We also print these and those and engrave them.
33,000 Boeing machinists walked off the job Friday after union members voted to reject a tentative deal with the aircraft manufacturer. In the vote held Thursday night, nearly 95% of the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Engineers rejected Boeing's proposed contract. In a separate vote shortly after, 96% of union members voted in favor of the strike, which began early Friday morning in factories in Washington, Oregon, and California. CBS News correspondent Carter Evans joins us now from Renton, Washington, where Boeing has a very large facility. It looks like we can see some of those strike signs behind you, Carter. We know also that the workers were pushing for a 40% raise over 3 years. What was in the contract that was rejected?
Okay, so this is really interesting how Boeing went about this contract offer as well. They decided that they said, at least the way they put it, is they wanted to put their best foot forward first. So they gave their last, best, and final offer first. And that offer was for a 25% wage increase over 4 years. Now, as you noted, machinists were asking for a 40% increase over 3 years. So there is a big difference there. Another thing the machinists union also wanted is they wanted their pension back. They had to give that up a few years ago in a concession, and they switched to 401ks, and they wanted to get the pension back. Well, basically, Boeing said that can't happen, but we will give you more for your 401ks. And the union said this just absolutely will not cut it. 96% of them, as you said, voting to go out on these picket lines. And I've talked to a bunch of people here. They say they prepared for this for a very long time. They're ready, and they're prepared to be out here for as long as it takes.
And Carter, we can hear the cars honking, engines revving, all in solidarity with those workers. But most people who hear a 25% raise would be really happy to accept that. So give us some context for understanding the workers. Is it really about those retirement plans? How much does the average machinist make?
Yeah, so it's really important to have context in this, right? Because 25% does sound like a raise that any of us would be happy to receive over 3 years. But these machinists' last contract was negotiated back in 2008, 14 years ago. And think how much has happened since then to our economy, to the money that we have are inflation rates just in the last few years, and they say they need a big raise just to catch up. And 25% over 4 years, spread out over 4 years, they say simply will not do it. In a part of the country where the median price for a home is more than $800,000, they say they're having to forego vacations with families, after-school activities, things like that, that they're not really willing to give up anymore. They also know they have a lot of leverage right now with Boeing, considering what's happened with Boeing recently, and they want to use that leverage. They've got this one opportunity. They said the last time they had it was 14 years ago, and they're not going to mess it up this time.
Yeah, some of that leverage is certainly coming from the PR problems that Boeing has faced. But Carter, this doesn't immediately affect travelers. At what point does the strain, though, on plane production cascade to the airlines and the flying public?
Right. So that's going to take some time. That's the good news. None of us are going to be affected by this. But for example, at the plant behind me, this is where they make the 737, and down in Everett, they make the 777. Those are planes that you've probably flown on before. And there are planes in those factories right now that are halted, not under production when they should be, and that is going to delay deliveries to some airlines. Down the road, that could cause those airlines to have to change some of their expansion plans when they were counting on those planes being delivered. We'll have to see how long this strike goes on for.
All right, Carter Evans, thank you.
I'm checking two.
What do you think about that?
Man, look. So is it wages? What's the real problem behind this shit, man? What's the real? Is it you know what I'm saying? Is it medical? What is it? Because you know when people go on strike, man, they're not getting paid or they're not getting treated right. What's you know what I mean? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit burn. You know what I mean? So it's like, honestly, see, that's the thing, man. You know, and this is all this in the election year. You know what I'm saying? All this in the election year. You see what I'm saying? All this is going on in the election year, and they still want us to, they're trying to hype you up and pump you up to vote for these certain people. Very interesting. Very interesting. Who's going to change what? Is anybody going to make these kind of changes? Whoever gets in office, I doubt it. You know what I'm saying?
Very interesting.
Damn, that's not good. Those they make them planes, bro. That ain't good.
You're right. Well, like I said, man, I just you know coming on for a little bit, you know, just to things updates, man. Our phone messed up earlier, which is crazy as hell. Oh my God.
Yeah, man. You know the thing is, even with the Puffy thing, man, a lot of this shit, like you said, man, why did it take so long?
You're right.
The hell? All they rated 3 of his 2. I don't even know. And then they lied about how many houses he rated. I'm confused. Did they rate 3, 2, 1? How many fucking houses did they rate in this bitch? Why are you lying? And why you not being honest and truthful about what kind of houses got rated? I think that's weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. PSYOP Saturday, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know it's not Saturday.
Yeah, let me play one last video. I got to play this for you.
There's an article that came out. You said riots in Britain should be a warning to the U.S. And this is about a month ago, August 8th. And you were talking about in one of the interviews when you gave us a stat, and I thought it was absolutely appalling. You said since 2008, of the jobs created by the British government since 2008, 74% have gone to people not born in Britain, right? In Britain. So one, why is this a warning to us, and how did Britain get here?
It's a very good question. The issue of that I touched on there were these riots recently in Britain, which I predicted for many years would happen. One of the reasons there are lots of reasons. One is that Britain, like America, has lost control of its borders, and on top of that, legal migration in the UK is at a historic high. Legal net migration. Just to give some historic context, in the 1990s, the legal net migration per year was in the tens of thousands. When the Conservative government left office earlier this year, it was at 750,000, and that's net migration. Legal. Okay. Plus tens of thousands of people coming illegally on boats and through other means, possibly in the hundreds of thousands that one as well. I've written about this a lot in the past. I wrote in my book, A Strange Death of Europe in 2017, about the integration challenges, the cultural challenges that come when you have migration at this kind of speed. But what you mentioned there, the piece I wrote in Spectator and also in the New York Post about that, was people tend to find that the easiest bit to talk about in a way is the illegal migration. But what I was showing in that piece was that even if you take the legal migration in a country like Britain, which is very similar to all other Western European countries, you get this situation where it's got a benefit that's very clear to the government, because the migrants, of course, do add. They add financially, but not in the ways that everybody thinks. So in this particular case, the government can say, we've added X number of jobs into the workforce. Well, what they don't say is most of them have gone to people who are not born here. And my view is it kind of breaks one of the pacts between the electorate and the elected, which is that the electorate vote generally for something they think will make their lives better. They don't vote for something to make the lives of people who don't yet live in the country better. Mm-hmm. And so one of the points I've made for many years about this is if you grow the pie, but you give the pie to people who haven't been there for the baking, as it were, you break part of the pact. And the British electorate are pretty mad about this subject. And some of them, as they showed last month, are very mad indeed about it. I think that's it's a problem that's perfectly possible to deal with. There's no reason why a country like Britain or America cannot have an immigration system that brings in, talented people who are not going to be any kind of burden on the welfare state, and for whom the benefit of their migration doesn't just accrue to them. And that's one of the other things in this area that's very important is that the benefit of the migration largely accrues to the migrant, not to the society, in terms of the finance.
The benefit of is more towards a migrant than the society. Yes. So meaning people coming in are winning more than the people that have been loyal to that country all these years.
Yes.
So how does that logically make any sense? How does that logically make any sense to, not treat your kid as good as you treat, someone else's? I mean, you have to treat everybody equally, but it's your kids, it's your community, it's your people. Someone has to be sold that ideologically to say, yeah, that's the right thing we're doing.
I don't think they do, actually. I think you can fall into it from habit. There are lots of things that can make you feel better in the short term as people that are just not good for us, but they can make you feel better. Mm-hmm. If you laced my coffee with cocaine or MDMA, I'd feel better. It wouldn't be good for me.
Well, I wouldn't drink it if I were you, because that's what they told me they were doing, that to make you fired up. So just be careful. I should like, what's a little bit, so it shouldn't be too much.
But there are lots of things in the short term could make you feel better, but not good for you long term. Mass migration like that can make you feel better in the short term. As I say, it does grow the pie a little bit. It's just that people don't get a share in it. And the problem with the migration question is the problem that the Republicans will have to deal with here if they win in November, is none of the answers to this are easy. I mean, again, it's like a drug. It's very easy to get into and quite hard to get off. In fact, very hard to get off. Take things like in Italy, it's a country I know pretty well. They had several years ago an election in which the main conservative running said that he was going to deport the 1 million illegals, which was estimated there were in Italy. I was never clear, even if he won the election, how he could do that. How on earth do you deport 1 million people?
Let alone 11 to 20 million in the US.
Right. And I have asked politicians in this country exactly the same question. How exactly do you do that? I mean, the government in America, like everywhere, is not that great at doing a lot of things. How on earth would you pull something like that off? My point is that when it comes to the issue of migration, what actually happens is it's just so hard to fix after you've opened the door that basically nobody does. I don't yet know of a Western country that has lost control of its immigration like America has, or like Britain has, that has any idea of how to correct it. And I'm not against immigration per se. I believe that a society should have a sane immigration policy. Allow talented people in, allow a certain number of people in for humanitarian reasons, in exceptional circumstances. This benefits the society. But it doesn't benefit it if instead of being a sort of trickle of a tributary into the society as a whole, it's a flood, which you then can't do anything about. The reason I haven't written about this that much since the strange death of Europe, one reason was that I had said almost everything I could say about it in terms of warning. And although a lot of politicians in America and Europe read the book, I was under the impression that they didn't know what to do about it. One politician said to me on the continent in Europe, this is a very depressing book for me to read. I said, you should have tried writing it. These are really big problems in the 21st century. And as you know, they're made particularly big, not just by the inability of Western leaders to do anything about it, but by the fact that 50 years ago, it was hard to get to America from Venezuela. 50 years ago, it was hard to get to Europe from sub-Saharan Africa. Today, travel is cheaper and easier than it's ever been. And everybody knows how other people in the world are living. I mean, that's one of the things that these devices we all have, we've underestimated. Everywhere I go in the world, the poorest township in South Africa, everyone's got a device in their hands and they can see what life could be like. And even if it's the life that we might not regard as being great ourselves, it's a lot better than a lot of the world. So I think in general, the liberal democracies, capitalist countries, we've vastly underestimated our appeal and the number of people who want to come here. And if we don't have a sensible policy about this century is going to be a real problem.
Listen, we get a lot of messages that, hey, how do you guys get your stories? Everything you've been doing. Eventually, I decided to invest a lot of money to hire 15 machine learning guys to make a new site available to you guys.
So the man say riots will be coming.
And they talking about, letting people in this country, it's so lax in Britain and America. That is true. I agree with that. But I mean, it's your people the ones bringing his people, bringing them motherfuckers in here, man. It's your people with these policies, man. These oligarch people. Could the people really actually do about it? You know what I'm saying? We're not going to stand up together. We're not going to come to some kind of solid ground agreement. So it is what it is.
You got a point. Chak, you still there?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Yeah,
Chak, salute. What up? What up?
I ain't know you still on, man. Been waiting on you, man. Yeah, so what's got? I said, what you think about Boeing and doing all this stuff they doing, man? They also happening, brother.
All right.
Yep.
I don't know what I think about it.
But here's the deal. Since you was on first, go ahead and shout out your information.
Oh, she? Oh, she? Oh, yeah, you can tap in, man, on Shaq was on Facebook. Shaq was on Instagram.
I got you. I mean, hey, look, a lot of things going on. They say children are 45 more likely to die if they took the magic potion or the jab than the other ones who didn't take it. And early onset dementia as well. All right, franchise information.
Salute, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, good show, good topics, man. We gotta just stay on it, stay watchful, man. Don't let these people keep taking advantage of us. You see what I'm saying? Eventually, we're gonna have to come together, and if we don't think so, that's on us. If we don't do so, that's on us. So, you can hit me up at XX Frank Nitty XX on YouTube, on Instagram, and Instagram. The other Instagram is Frank Jones 8115. Oh yeah.
All right, well, take your time, brother. Shake it. Shag AC Dilla, yes. Take your time, brother. And y'all have a great night trying to find out. Might have to go buy me a portable charger. I don't know what happened today to this phone. The screen stopped working.
I'm telling you, we
then
pay all these money for these phones, and it seems like they work. They work better than they did, man.
I know, and I ain't paid no phone. Yeah, you know. Well, I'll put it this way. Man. It's like the screen's not working. The screen actually came to like was coming out. I'm like, I didn't even take the screen. How did it come out? And then I guess it got hotter or something, whatever, right? So then I got that fixed. And now the charging port ain't working. So I gotta maybe get a portable charger, you know, and then I gotta go back to the mine and get this thing redone again. So hey, look, man. It's life, man. This how it's going, man.
Man, you got to get you a new phone, man. You might as well go on get you the Dion flip phone, man. Stop playing, man.
Flip phone. Hey, my
Hey, go
dude.
get the Dion flip phone, man. He got the new, you know.
What's my nigga name? What's dude's name? The 2005 time traveler. He be having the flip phone. That shit's hilarious.
Who was that?
Chirp. Well, he having the chirp, bro. Salute. Salute, Stice, man.
All right,
you know what I'm saying?
That might be an option too.
But see, this is another thing too.
I had to get the screen fixed to cut the phone back on to get my information out of it. So yeah, I had to get the screen fixed. That wasn't the first part.
Did you drop? You dropped it or what? Or something?
I didn't drop nothing, man.
Oh, see, these phones, I mean, we paying more and more money, and they work better than they did. I'm telling you.
Is it a 5G?
Yeah, let me see. I think it do say 5G on there.
Damn, baby.
Now check this out.
These phones get so hot, boy, it's ridiculous.
Now check this out.
Get hot,
because it was weird because I had a screen protector and nigga had a bubble. The junk had like a bubble in it, right? What the fuck going on with this bubble? So I took the screen protector off to get the bubble out, and the screen protector just literally just fucking cracked. And I'm like, oh my god, what the hell? Then I looked behind. I said, why does it look like the screen is not touching? So I couldn't unlock it. I kept trying to swipe up to unlock it or whatever. So I said, you know what? I can't do it. So I took it to the store down in Carrollton called Fruit Fix. It took I said probably about 40 minutes to sit there. They fixed the screen. But you know, I didn't check it. I mean, you know, I checked it and said, okay, cool. I got everything open now. But now the charger for it working. Now I could probably, you know, clean out the port or whatever. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But you know, you gotta see. I had that happen before. Or you get a portable charger where you don't have to plug in. But some maybe done. Oh, I just get it fixed tomorrow. One or the other. So I gotta see what's going on. Kind of crazy. But that's life, man. Things are going as you plan it. It's been a rainy day. North Carolina's flooding, and we've been getting a lot of rain too.
Oh shit.
Yeah. You know, hey man, New Orleans just got hit with a hurricane last week, and they having the Super Bowl. And
Well, you know what? That girl, one of them Danny Kane girls, filed lawsuits against Diddy.
I was just looking at that.
Now watch this. She, hold
on. But
I think she's from New Orleans.
Well, I could have sworn they had a relationship though. I thought he was messing with her though.
What? I mean, was messing with. Might have been her.
See. So how does it go from that, us being together, then to this?
I got seen y'all that video of Diddy hanging out with Barack Obama and DJ Khaled, man.
What happened? Whatever happened to the Ghislaine Maxwell? What happened to her, dude? Whatever happened to the Epstein list and all that shit? That was awesome. Was that some bullshit or what? What was that? Was that just some shit to talk about for the?
They're not gonna talk about that no more.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, we gotta get the. Hey, look! Before we take down the Jewish boy, we're gonna take down these black entertainers first. We
right.
Why
we ain't gonna go after no Jews? We don't do that.
But you know who came on and overshadowed that list when it supposed to came out?
Who? Did it?
Nah, y'all don't remember? There you go.
You said who?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who you talking about?
Ken Williams.
Oh, he did.
But he didn't do it himself. But that interview, they allowed that interview to get so much, like it was so, bro. He didn't say nothing that we ain't never heard him say about them before. That was weird.
Hey, look, I remember when people talk, but look though, I'm gonna tell you one thing about Ken Williams. Hey, as soon as he did it, within a couple months, in March, they already had Diddy ass, right? He did say they were coming.
Him.
What's the boy name we're making good? Jonathan Majors up. Man, they going out there. Hey man, it's open season, man.
Just like when they had when they had the first assassination with the Trump, they were saying that there was gonna be another one. How would you know that, man?
Hey man.
These motherfuckers.
They better than Miss Cleo, man.
Right. But see, like I said, look, if you have somebody's mind, you can pull up all types of operations like this on them, man. It's not even, trust me, they're not going to believe, they're not going to bat an eye. They're going to believe everything, you know what I'm saying, that the mainstream media is telling them.
Look, I'm dotting my T's and cross my eyes, man, because I never knew these boys on some BS, man. But nevertheless, man, y'all take your time, relax. I mean, hey, it's a wild world out there, brother. Hey.
And you bring your girl up, man. She beat the record, 1,000 points this season, man. What are you doing?
I didn't think about it. I didn't bring that to WNBA, but yeah, she did. Asia Wilson did score 1,000 points, but I mean, what's up?
It would have been
news.
It would have been the white girl that had been all over that. What's her name? Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
No, God, it'd have been a big ass deal about this shit.
Yeah, they were talking about they and some people still saying that Caitlin Clark's season is better than hers, but that's another story for another day. But
see, I get it though, that's why you can use that white the concept. That's why you can use the black concept, because people are gonna grasp onto that shit and they're not gonna see that it's a social construct. So they're gonna identify with those stupid ass skin tones, with those colors, which aren't even colors.
We gotta blame ourselves, not we, but why? Like I said, why the black outlets ain't
man, look at man. If you want to know why,
media. Why they ain't promoting?
If you want to know why,
they want the white meat always. Man,
but look here. If you want to know why, let me tell you why. You got Stephen A. Smith on his radio show talking about the Diddy indictment. You got the people down here at this church behind me / movie theater. They having a voter registration drive today. I think the Delta's doing it, some shit like that. So a lot of that's why they ain't talking about that, because they too focused on all this other.
We can multitask.
No, we don't. We don't multitask.
We can multitask, bro.
We don't do it.
You talking about black people?
We don't do it. No, we
don't. I'm just saying shit. Yeah, we don't, man.
Man, look here. Let me say this before I go, man.
We be tripping, dude.
Gayle King already told forgot who she was on the interview with now. It escapes me who she was on the interview with. But she told him that you was on it, we were really rooting for our to win, and you ruined it. Was it Don Philly? I forgot what she was on. Yeah, we were rooting for Gayle King over there. They were rooting for Caitlin Clark. I do remember that.
You see how harsh they beat y'all. You see how we treat each other, man. How they. Oh my God, that's sad, man. Why don't you even bring her up in the conversation when you got her own all accomplishments? See what I'm saying?
And she said this shit on national TV,
It
man.
ain't the white people. I'm telling you, it's the black supremacists. It's the black supremacists. I'm telling you, man. Boy, black supremacists.
We treat each other really weird. But look, we expect everybody else to treat us good. Yeah, how does it make sense?
Right, yeah. You're right. I'm talking about, I don't even see the new black, all these new black media motherfuckers talking. What is it?
They're not talking about sports, though, Shaq. They talking about politics.
What about this talk black to me. Talk black to me. All these motherfuckers.
Damn, you talking about, no, what's her name? Vicky Diller?
Talk black to me.
Hey, well, let me tell you something. They talking about.
What's it called?
They talking politics.
You talking about the pills, or you talking about Vicky Diller?
Mm-hmm.
Because they be all gonna be saying that shit.
They is kind of. But look, I will say this: that they are talking what they call. They're not talking about sports, but they talking about more about politics and things like that. But
it's not about sports. It's about the individual. You know what I'm saying?
got you. I got you. I agree. I mean, like me, same
thing. I don't see nothing to bring Carissa Shields on. Then again, she probably don't want to go on their platform, so I can't say it's. I mean, it could be a two-way street.
Well, love is a two-way street, and hate is a two-way street, brother.
Now, I want to say this though. I do, since they got these exhibitions coming up, going on. Mike Tyson's supposed to fight no boy in November now. They postponed it to November. I wouldn't mind seeing Carissa Shields and at least do an exhibition match bout. Huh?
Let's hope it happens. Let's hope it happens. And by the way, let's hope it happens. By the way, don't support. Unfortunately, this is coming from me, but it is. I do not support. This is the last thing I'm gonna say before I go. I do not support the right or taxpayer dollars being funded for IVF. Got to bring that up on another topic. Since they keep bringing up the Congress so much. You know what I'm saying, man? But hey. So, we're in closing. I'm going to say Shaq to be continued. But, hey, IVF is the gateway to federal transgender reassignment surgery in all platforms. You know the game. The script.
This shit's so weird, too.
Take your time.
Yep.
Show y'all.